Hello and welcome to Separated by Water, the podcast for fans of English teams on this side of the Irish Sea. My name is Colin Campbell. I'm a Spurs season ticket holder. My co-host is Nottingham Forest lifelong supporter. I seem to have lived two lives in some of the cases recently, and we're going to cover a number of things today. But the most important one, I think we'll just get down to business because of so much, is we have had a number of contributors over the last season, and they've very kindly given us their predictions for the forthcoming season. Paul's put them all together, and let's see what they're telling us. What we're going to do is also use some golf analogies about how opinion, how good or less so these predictions are. Paul, over to you, my friend.
No bother at all. Welcome one and all. Colin, first thing first, I think you wore that jersey before. When's that from? What season's that? Or
Yes, this is a late 90s. It's a pony. Like, I don't know if they're still there. Hewlett Packard, full Tottenham badge. 1996-7. We better on that. Yeah, it's funny. It looked okay, and now they look so brilliantly, put together. We're very happy with this shirt and very well made.
Yeah.
Bought for me by
nice.
my joint favourite stepson, Aidan. Thank you very much. And so it takes pride of place. Yeah, I've had it on, but it'll be my joint lucky shirt for the new season, along with the new white one that I currently have too. Thank you for your inquiry. That's a lovely shirt too.
Oh. Just on that.
Yeah.
You Reds. That's last year's. Just on that, he's gone very quiet recently. Your Man United supporting stepson. He's very little from him now. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go through the predictions. Unfortunately, I have to say that there's three of them are not on the same layout as the others because they come in a bit late, and I lost the template for the other one. So we'll start with Anthony Monaghan. We'll leave ours to last, Colin. We'll start with Anthony Monaghan, who is our Newcastle United supporter. So he predicts that Newcastle will finish 7th. Gordon will be the top goal scorer. Relegation will be Leeds, Burnley, and Sunderland. And the top four in order of first, second, third, and fourth: Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. And he predicts that the top six team that will have a shocker is Spurs. What do you think of that, Colin?
Well, let's see. What did he say? Newcastle 7th. We're going to use golf analogies for this one. We've got straight down the middle, in the rough, or out of bay. Anthony finishing 7th, Newcastle 7th. I say that's in the rough. I have a feeling Newcastle could be in for a wee bit of a rocky ride this year. And as you've mentioned once or twice only, Paul, Forest have strengthened this year. Spurs couldn't be any worse. United couldn't be any worse. Villa are up for it. There are other teams. I have a feeling that might be in the rough. I have a feeling that Newcastle could be a bit lower than that.
I have to say, you'll see a trend emerging here with these predictions, and everybody shares that view that not everybody, but a lot of people share the view that Newcastle are going to struggle. Okay, we'll move on to my buddy Charlie Vaughan, Forest supporter. He predicts that Forest will finish 8th. He predicted Wood, although that's a misprint on my part, because that's who I think will score. Relegation: Brentford, Burnley, and Leeds. And he believes that Arsenal will win the league, with Liverpool 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, and he doesn't really know who's 4th. He says anybody, and he says that it'll be Newcastle or Everton that will be struggling at the bottom. So a joint Newcastle Everton. I
suppose. Yeah.
I think that's up the middle, to be honest. I think that's up the middle. And I'm not so sure about Arsenal. I think that, we'll see what I think in a wee while.
Well, Arsenal to win the league. That's out of bounds. You hit that one out of bounds. Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's
you were always going to say that. I don't think they'll win the league either. I think it'll be Liverpool or Chelsea myself, but not after the weekend's performance by Chelsea. They need to pull their socks up. And talking about Chelsea, we've got Daniel Coffey's our Arsenal contributor, along with Derek. He says that he believes Chelsea will finish 3rd. Pedro will be the league goal scorer. He thinks Leeds, Burnley, and Wolves again, a bit of a trend starting here. Liverpool will win the league, Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal. And he believes also that Newcastle will be will the big team that
Okay.
struggles.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling, I take the teams, some of the boys mentioned the three teams that have come up to go down. I would say the prediction of Leeds to go down. I would put that, I think he's hit that into the rough. I have a feeling about Leeds might be a team to stay up. Of the three who have come
I
up,
agree.
I know Sunderland have spent a lot of money. I know Burnley had a good defence last season. Just a funny feeling Leeds might have enough and might be able to change enough during the
Yeah.
season to stay up. So
Who did he say would?
that one
Who
into
did he
the
say would go
rough.
down?
Leeds, Burnley,
Wolves,
and
and Leeds.
Wolves.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that, and I do. I think Brentford could be down in there. I think West Ham after the weekend, but I know it was only one game. You can't judge by one game, but I did see
Yeah.
a lot of weaknesses there at the weekend, and a lot of surprise results. So we'll move on to Fergus Harrington, Man United supporter. Fergus watches 90% of the episodes we have, and he always throws an odd comment. And if you have any comments and it's listening to us, throw them into us. So he believes Man United are going to finish fifth. He believes Bruno Fernandes will be the lead goal scorer. He believes Sunderland, Brentford, and Burnley will go down. And he believes that Arsenal will win the league as well. Liverpool, Man
Okay.
City, and Chelsea. And he believes that Aston Villa are the team that is going to struggle. And
Interesting.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm not so
okay.
sure
Well,
about that, Fergus.
United to finish fifth. United to finish fifth. I think he's three off the tee there. I think that
Yeah,
one's out of bounds, firstly speaking.
yeah.
Who did he said there? Aston Villa to struggle. That's an interesting one. I sort of talked them up a wee bit there versus Newcastle. They're in the Europa League this year. They'll want to win it. They couldn't beat Newcastle on Saturday. So maybe that I got to see. I set that one down the middle. I think that's worth watching. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think Man United will be fifth or anywhere near it, personally. But
No, that's out of
uh,
bounds. Out of bounds.
yeah, yeah. So, well, Fergus, we'll see and we'll keep these and we'll refer to them as the year goes on. Paul
Of
Canning,
course, you know.
Liverpool supporter. I wonder who he's going to say. Yep, first. Salah again was what he said in the text for leading goal scorer, not Salah. He said Salah again. He believes Burnley, Leeds, and Wolves will go down. Yeah, Wolves could be in trouble as well. They could be. Um, Liverpool to win, Man City second, Chelsea third, and Arsenal fourth. And who's going to struggle? Man United. And I'm going to do the golf analogy and say
Yeah.
I think he's right down the middle with all of them predictions, with the exception of Leeds going down. I don't think Leeds will go down. 49ers have spent money, and they will spend money. They'll throw money at that team, and I don't think they're going down anywhere. I think Leeds will stay up. That's my personal feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I
What do
agree
you
with
think?
that. I agree with that. Yeah, I
What
think
do you
Leeds
think?
will stay up. I think Leeds will stay up. I've said that. Man United struggle. I think it's a comparative thing. What constitutes a Man United struggle? Is it that they're not going to win the league? They used to be. I think it may be that they will struggle to live up to the expectations that Amaran has already put upon them by saying they could beat anyone. I think it's always foolish to over-talk things. We were always taught psychologically under-promise and over-deliver. Don't over-promise because there's too much danger you'll under-deliver.
Yeah.
I think United will maybe finish in the top half, the top 10, but I'm not sure they're ready yet to. So, yeah, I can see his point there. Fair enough. As far
Okay.
as top four, I would maybe you'll see what I've said. But I think I set that
Yeah.
straight down the middle. Yeah, I think those four.
So the next two we're going to look at Stephen Monaghan and Kevin Kelly, and they're both Man United supporters. We'll see where they think they're going here.
Okay.
So Stephen Monaghan, he thinks Man United is going to finish seventh, top goal scorer in Buemo. To be relegated is Burnley, West Ham, and Sunderland. Top four: Man City to win the league, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea. And big six shocker, Spurs. When Anthony and him sent through the thing, I thought, are they really serious or are they just having a poke at you? Maybe they are
Well,
serious, I don't know.
both. Well, what can I say about that? Seventh Man United, I think at best, yeah. He gets in the rough. The interesting ones to go down, yeah, and we haven't talked about West Ham. We might come to them a wee bit. But as for Spurs as a shocker, guys, that's into the water. That's out of bounds. That's no good at all.
Yeah.
And Stephen.
I'm going to say that I don't think I think Graham Potter's been found out as a manager. I think he was at Brighton. He done a great job there with a great group of players, and then he went to Chelsea. He was found out there, and I think he's been found out at West Ham. I heard a statistic the other day. I think he's played low teens of games and he's lost 9 of them. And you know, I remember somebody using an analogy of Forest were in the sinkhole spinning round, but just managed to stay out from going down. And I think that's where I would put West Ham at the minute. They're going to be running down the sinkhole and the plug hole, and they could go down because I just think there's a weakness there, and I don't think they're playing particularly good football. I just don't think it. I don't know.
As I often do, I look at things that complement or contribute to what happens in the pitch. And what I'm going to talk about is body language. Potter strikes me as comes across as very passive in his interviews. It's hard, the demeanour was was obviously very, very disappointed by what happened against Sunderland, but there didn't seem to be much fire in the belly. It was as if he was explaining somebody's homework to them. I think, West Ham need a cattle prod up their backsides to get on with it. You used to say about West Ham were brilliant until they went outside London. And it's starting to look a wee bit like that. Okay, Sunderland up for it, big crowd, big ground, and so on. West Ham with big crowds and big grounds. I really wanted them to give more than that, and they didn't. And it started to look, as you say, Paul, already it looks like the writing's trying to get itself onto the wall for this team and this manager. And they talk about a one-man team of Bowen. How long will it be before he gets fed up? I'm not sure. Karen Brady was on, or DM Karen, whatever it was on the radio. I'd say, yeah, we give our managers time and we believe in them and we do.
I heard that interview.
We do all that.
I heard that interview.
Yeah. Well, they all do all that until they don't. Well, of opinion, whether I like it or not, I don't like criticizing people. Potter did a very good job at Brighton, but so is everyone. I'm not really sure what was happening at Chelsea. I don't think he was sure either. But he's had a bit of a time now to stamp, to put his fingerprint on what are West Ham are doing and how they're doing it. And I didn't see much. I only saw the highlights, obviously, but I didn't see much evidence of either. But I didn't like the body language, the demeanour of the players or the manager. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that Sunderland. I was just checking there. He said Sunderland to go down with them with Burnley. I think Burnley probably will go back down again. Sunderland, they've been spending money like a drunken sailor. They're just throwing money around them left, right, and centre. And I know they bought a lot of players, but I don't know the quality of the players. I haven't really looked at it, so it would be foolish of me to offer an opinion. But I have a feeling that they'll have enough to stay up. I think there's worse teams than Sunderland, and they certainly got out of the blocks well on Saturday, didn't they? They were sitting top of the league for a day. So anyway, Kevin Kelly, Man United also. United 5th. Cunha to be the leading goal scorer. Burnley, Leeds, and Wolves. Yeah, Wolves again. You see, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Liverpool to win the league.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool to win the league. Man City second. Chelsea and Arsenal, and there we have it again. Newcastle to struggle. I think. With regards to the relegations, again, we're going to just repeat ourselves by saying Leeds, Burnley, and Wolves. Yeah, Wolves could be there. Wolves are a much weaker side than they've been for many, many years. But we'll just have to wait and see how they go on. Man United being 5th. I don't see where this is coming from. No. I said to you before the start of the podcast when we were off air, how do you think Spurs will end up? And we'll find out in a minute. But I don't know how can they improve if you haven't done it. And fair enough. I don't see what Man United have done that's going to justify jumping them up 10 places in the league. And maybe the demand run, maybe Abraham's getting his way, but we'll wait and see how his type of football works. But we'll just have to see how they go on. Right. So now
United 5th is out of bounds for me, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I
right. We're
agree.
out of
I
bounds, old
agree.
chap.
Yeah, Kev, you're on one. So Derek Campbell, your brother, Chelsea to finish
Okay.
fourth, Palmer to be the top goal scorer. Relegated is to be West Ham, Burnley, and Sunderland. Top four: Liverpool,
Uh,
Chelsea or
that's right.
City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. And underperformer once again is Newcastle. Chelsea
Okay.
to finish fourth. I think Chelsea to finish fourth could be actually a good one. I think that might they'll be in the top four. I think you'll see mine in a minute. I think
Yeah.
Chelsea are going to do an awful lot better than that. Um,
Mhm.
who did he say relegated there? Hold on, just to see.
Yeah, West Ham, Burnley, and Sunderland.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
wants West Ham to go down. But again, it's probably in the theme of Leeds maybe the one to stay up.
yeah,
Cole, I wonder, are Chelsea hoping that's not the case? Because I spent a few quid on forwards. I think I'd like them to be scoring goals also. That's an interesting
yeah,
choice. I think that's in the rough for me. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll go to yours now, Colin. We'll look at yours and see what you've
Oh
said.
dear. So this is
So you have
now we'll come to
said
the correct answer.
Colin Campbell has predicted that you will finish sixth. Sri Lanka be league goal scorer, Burnley, Sunderland, and Wolves to go down, Chelsea to win the league, Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal, and
Hmm.
Newcastle to struggle. Yeah,
Yeah. So the one there that probably differs from everyone else, apart from this particular Spurs ones, if we do that, yeah, sixth, it said 7-2 were acceptable. Sixth, I think's within our remit. Solanke to be the top goal scorer. Well, I hope Richarlison or others can. But I want them to be the top goal scorer. In that, I want them to score more goals than other guys whom I expect to score. Johnson, Richarlison, Kudus, and people coming. Madison was always good for a goal in midfield. We need to step that up a bit. But my thing, why have I said Chelsea? Sometimes I get funny feelings, as they say. My psychiatrist would tell you that. But just have the Chelsea are one of those strange teams. I thought they would beat PSG and they murdered them. Then they start badly against Palace. They have a big game on Friday night for both teams. West Ham versus Chelsea. It's a six. I have a feeling that Chelsea just might do it this year, and that's why I put them first. You
yeah.
know,
I'll
and my
show you mine in a
brother
minute. Cal has
Derek
thrown
paid
in
me
a message
nothing
there.
for that.
Cal has thrown out a message there. He's at Dublin Airport. He's heading out to Spain again to live. Good luck out there, Cal.
Lovely,
Cal, Man United supporter,
very good.
throw out a message to us and tell us where Man United's going to end up in your opinion, and who your top goal scorer is, buddy. And we wish you all the best in your new adventure out in Spain.
Yeah,
Right, I come to
bring
mine,
us out there.
and yeah,
Okay, let's get
I'll
Paul's. Let's. I just
if I
have my
can
tissue
find
here
mine.
in case I laugh myself to.
Okay, so
Seventh.
I believe,
Oh,
and I'm going to change that. I'm going to change that actually. That
oh,
I'm going to
oh.
say
That's one below the
seventh.
Spurs.
I'm going to say
Right.
seventh is we can do better than that. Callum Yendo, who's the new
Ah,
signing we have, Brentford, Burnley, and Sunderland to go down, and Chelsea, I think, will win. Arsenal, Man City, and
right. Okay.
Liverpool.
I didn't know I
And
had
I
an
think,
ally in that. Yeah.
and I think that
Well, I
Newcastle
get the
will.
feeling that if anyone was watching us, they'd probably be saying we're out of bounds with her. Who's going to win the league? But
Yeah, well,
you've
yeah,
gone
but
for Brentford there. Brentford to go
yeah,
down,
they were
or
shocking on
because they've been
Saturday.
decimated.
I thought
Yeah.
they were shocking on Saturday. So there's a common theme there. Cal reckons the United finished seventh and Acuna to be the top goal scorer. Yeah, okay. Um,
Okay.
I just don't know where
So
this improvement's going to come from United. But anyway, I don't want to sit and slag
the
United off all the time.
overwhelming, yeah, the overwhelming, obviously league winner is Liverpool, followed I think by somebody said Arsenal, they are out of bounds, and then Chelsea. I don't think anyone said City to win.
One person I think
Still,
said City would win to win.
we did that. Okay, well, in my
Yeah,
memory.
one person
But
said
I mean,
City.
it's funny what can change in a year, given that City. If we'd done this last year, we probably would have had everyone saying City.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, we would
so
have done.
things have changed.
Um,
it looks
Colin,
like
I have to
Newcastle
ask
are the
you,
favourites
Eze.
for a bad season. What?
Yes, I have to ask you, just when we're summing up, Eze, is the deal going to get done? I think they've agreed terms. It's all just now about no. That's all over by reliable. They're saying that the deal has been agreed. It's just personal terms now for the player. But my concern, and I mentioned it to you beforehand. I was listening, I think today, with Havertz being injured, they're going to be looking for a striker. And if Arsenal swoop in and get him, you'll be kicking yourselves in the backside for months. Like how is there anybody else you're linked with
Well,
other than Eze?
we're linked with probably everyone. Gordon Banks, Bobby Charlton, Nat Lofthouse,
Right, you done that yesterday. Come on, seriously,
Billy
are you
Mills.
linked with anybody else?
Well, seriously, how can you be serious? We've had all this time to get one player, one freaking player. And we're fanning about and arsed about, and we're going to find a way to lose him. It's the way we're going to find a way. And as I said before, where is our transfer strategy? And we'll all be kicking ourselves. There's one person I would love to kick frequently and as hard as I could because they have a job to do and they're not doing it. And he's overseeing that. He's either in it or overseeing it. And a club like Spurs should not be strung out like this. Should not be. Within a few million or whatever it is, negotiate well, negotiate hard, but end up understanding that it's a negotiation and there are other factors. And one is getting the right players in to support the manager. And leaving us on tender looks like this is unforgivable. And if the unthinkable happens, and it did happen with Willian a number of years ago where he did everything for Spurs and then went to Chelsea, there will be ructions. There will be an awful. A lot of people will see this as the last straw. The straw that breaks the camel's back. We're talking about some guy from Monaco. What? So is that strategic? You know my point. You can't suddenly say, "Oh well, we don't get him, so maybe we'll try to get him." If it's a strategy, they should have been in the plan from the off. In other words, 2 or 3 tiers. In other words, all your A signings, your A game signings, the replacements for them and possibly one for them should all be in the plan and get it done. This is yet again, despite winning the Europa League, despite all these promises that we won, well, buy a lottery ticket if you want to win the lottery. These aren't players 100 million. We're not breaking the bank or anything. Get them in.
Is it a case, Colin, he doesn't want to spend the money? Is it a case he doesn't want to spend the money?
That's what everyone thinks.
Sorry, just let me just put the full question to you. Is it a case he doesn't want to spend the money? Is it the case that he's trying to drive a harder bargain? Or is it just disorganised, a poor recruitment team?
Well, I'm starting to think it's the last of those three, but the first one, does he not want to spend the money? It's not your money. It's a club's. You're overseeing it. You're meant to make good business decisions based on that. For the fans, for the good of the team, not only the shareholders. The second one, driving a hard bargain. There's a good bargain. It's a good bargain. A good bargain is what you get what you want, close enough to what you're prepared to pay for it. And if you don't get it, that's not a bargain. It doesn't matter whether it's a bargain or not. You know what I mean? If we don't get them.
Do you know, the bit I don't understand is you get Champions League football. You have Champions League football. And I know you mock Nottingham Forest for the recruitment team, but I tell you what, you will see at the end of this season that they've recruited well. We've bought 9 players. Douglas Luiz was just confirmed there before we come online. He's confirmed now as well. They're looking at Matty Cash to bring a bit of experience back into the team. But after that, I think that's them. They're sorted. I think that we've got a recruitment team that any other team would be very happy with. We don't scout about the Premier League looking for players. We go and find players who have been like the Alangas, like the Callum Hudson-Odoi, that have been sort of an outcast from their own team.
Yes.
Maybe not just doing as well as they could. Bring them in. Chris Wood, Matt Sells, who were basically kicked out of Newcastle because they weren't good enough. And the two of them were on the team last night, the Premiership first 11 team last night. Top goal scorer and the top goalkeeper for the season.
But, what will happen, Paul, is will eventually hit Forest, where they can only improve incrementally. It's like the iPhone 1 and the iPhone 2, the iPhone 2 was probably 100% better than the first one. Then the third one could only be 60% better than the second one. And the fourth one. Now you've got iPhone 16 or 17, and people go, what's the difference? And what happens is you reach a stage where it's more difficult to improve the team. Nottingham Forest have that room at the minute. What Spurs need, and I'm talking about the status of the clubs, I've said before, the 1, 2, or 3 game-changing players who cost that much more to come in and give it the lift it needs. We don't need 6 £20 million players. We need 1 or 2 £80 million players. And I think that the problem is if the board and Levy has identified Eze and Savino and they don't get them, they've created an awful kickback for themselves. And I'll be part of that, I can tell you.
Yeah,
really fed up with it.
Do you know, I don't agree with you that you need a £180 million signing. What's wrong with recruitment? The likes of Roy Keane, Forest went over, co-Ramblers, bought him in for 250,000 quid, played for us for 2 or 3 years, and then sold him on to Man United for an absolute fortune. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. But what? You know, I mean, it was what, 1990, whatever it was. I'm talking about a team that's won a trophy, must improve its league position, and a team that's in the Champions League. All of those 3 things come together, have already started this season. A new manager, you know, the promise to him. All I'm saying is, I'm not throwing names at the Tottenham board. I'm saying these are the ones you've identified, guys. You've identified 2 of them. Now, why are you making a mess of this? You put it out there. You said we're going to put Savino at City, and the City aren't going to give him away, and they're going with SA with Jewel in their crown. So they knew what was, or they should have known what's involved, and they should have got these over the line a lot quicker, or moved on and had ready-made replacements in mind, not flipping up something comes up about some boy in Monaco who might have been recommended by Eric Dyer. I said, where's your strategy? I don't see it. No, I hope to God as he signs for us, I really do. I'll be happy. I hope to be proven wrong about what's going on here. I really do. But
I would like us to do it as well. I'd
What?
like you to do it as well. Get it done before Saturday or Sunday. Get it done before Sunday because we're playing Palace at the weekend.
Because I would love to shut me up too about it. You know what I mean? But and a lot of fans feel the same way I do. You know, keep an eye on the Spurs sites, and most of them feel. Some happy clappers are going, Mr. Levy, this, but Mr. Levy feels.
All right, let it
things
go.
That we really want to judge him by.
Just for one episode, let Levy out. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let it slide. Tell me about your game at the weekend. Who are you playing at the weekend?
Things couldn't get any worse. We're away on the Saturday morning kickoff, the 12:30 kickoff to Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. So we'll see how that goes. Worryingly, we have quite a good record at the Etihad. And I always say worryingly because, you know, that's when it can go wrong. We'll see how it goes. It's an opportunity to, you know, look at the shape. Tellingly, Ben Davis had said before the PSG match, this season we'll be setting ourselves out, not the one plan suits all. So we'll see how they go. I foresee a lineup and a shape closer to that which played PSG, and that would suit me.
So give me, and don't be saying I'm superstitious, give me a prediction for your game. What's the score going to be?
I don't like doing this. 2-2.
2-2, okay. We're going to
I'll not tell you.
we're going to Crystal Palace. That's going to be Crystal Palace game is going to be interesting, isn't it? With all the good-ons with them being relegated down into the Conference League.
I would wear a tin hat.
Yeah, well, Selhurst Park can be noisy at the best of time with their ultras and all that stuff with a big drum and all. It'd be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see whether Marinakis goes to the game because he does go to a lot of the away games, but I don't know if he'll have the balls to go to that one or not. I really don't. I don't know whether he'll go to it or not. But I think we'll be okay. If we play the way we played on Saturday or Sunday, I should say, I would say we can get a 1 or 2-0 result out of it. Our back four are amazing, and Sells played out his skin. It was a dodgy penalty that he gave away the goal at the weekend. So, yeah, and yeah, so we'll just wait and see. Looking forward to the weekend.
What's your prediction for City? What's your prediction for City Spurs?
I think it's got a draw written all over it. I don't know many goals they'll score. I don't know.
I come out here. I think Palace will beat Forest.
Okay.
I think 2-1. Just have that
2-1 to Palace. Okay. It depends whether we're playing any of the new players or not.
Yeah. I think Chelsea will beat West
The starting 11 we have on Saturday or Sunday that we had, I think can beat Palace all day long. We'll just wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Okay, Colin. Anything else you want to add? Have I missed anything? I'll do the Fast Five with you next week.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we will do. No, nothing from me. I think I've said enough. I'm sure everyone else does as well. Particularly the top.
Right, so what we're going to do is the next episode we have, you're not going to mention Levy. You're not allowed to mention him at all. All right?
Oh, I hope I'm praising him and thanking him.
Good. Okay, guys. Well, I just want to say thank you to all the contributors for coming on with us, taking the time to come on with us.
Yeah.
It's a thankless task, to be honest, coming on, and I want to thank them for sending their predictions. And we will refer to them as we go along, and maybe throw a bit of a spreadsheet together to see how they all work out. But I think the common denominator is Anthony. I'm afraid everybody feels Newcastle are going to struggle. Prove us wrong. Yeah, so and Anthony and Stephen think that Spurs are going to do badly. So you'll be hoping they'll prove them wrong. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, thanks for all the predictions. We'll join you next week. We'll review all the different games and see how many points we have in the bag. And thank you much for joining us. All good, Colin. Finish up.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Take care and stay safe. Thank you. You Reds.